Welcome to Desiro's Radio.
Good morning, everybody. I actually stayed awake a little. Well, I actually slept a lot today. So I'm up for a little while, and I'll do a small show before I pass out. Yeah, I'm living the OCD life right now. I started cleaning the house. It was cool at first because I was taking my time. I was like, okay, I'm healing. I'll just go through stuff. And I'm finally, believe it or not, after, 8 years, 7 years? I'm finally unpacking the boxes. I'm like, oh, and every time I do that, I end up moving. And after I throw away all the boxes, I have a feeling that that's what's going to happen to me. Like, I'm going to unpack everything, and then we're going to have to move. And I'm going to have to pack everything back up. Because that's one of my paranoias. I keep everything in boxes, and I just take out what we need, and that's it. Just in case we got to jam. We got to take off again. Finally unpacking things, finding things, and tossing a lot of stuff out. Like, I'm surprised at how much I'm tossing out. And I thought I tossed out a lot last year, but now I'm getting down to like, why am I still holding this? Of course you got photographs and things like that, but the rest, if you're not using it, toss it. And also it kind of got me some material for my new assemblage projects. I'm doing assemblage right now. And assemblage is fun, okay? You don't even have to be a massively creative person. You just glue a bunch of stuff you got, whatever, glue it all together. But people are buying it, so I'm like, okay, that's the way I'm going to get rid of stuff. Especially like broken puzzles and stuff like that. You could get really creative, just glue them on canvas, paint over it, just do all kinds of funky stuff to it. So that's what I'm doing. And I found 2 computers that ended up being used for parts. And I was like, oh, I'll just take the parts out of the computers. So I found a bunch of like metal pieces, motherboards and stuff. So I'm making these robots, this assemblage robot thing out of it. It's interesting. I don't know if anybody will buy it, but I'm going to post them up there for like $400, $500 a piece. I haven't really been able to do it. Right now I'm just collecting the items. But that's what's been going on. I just been cleaning the house, and I'm just going so slow. That's the problem. It's like I'm not going as quick because I tend to veg out, and then I start getting picky. I guess that's the whole OCD thing that I'm talking about. Like, I'm getting really picky. Corners have to be clean. Like, I just get too into it. I guess it's better to be OCD than a hoarder, but it's like that fine line. And I watch a lot of those hoarding shows while I do it so that I'm more desperate to clean. And what I realized is on a lot of those shows where you have the hoarders, they're all artists. I was like, and it would make sense. They're either collectors, like they're people who like to collect, or they're artistic. And that was my problem. Like, I'll find something and I'll be like, oh, I can make this. So I'll get those, and then I just never have time to make them. That was kind of hard. I had to try to get rid of a lot of that. So this was I think it's been about maybe only 4 or 5 days, but it feels like a long time in internet life. Also, except for a few people on Spreaker, except for the few people that I don't mind listening to, I realized that, I think I'm graduating from Spreaker. No offense, but I am graduating and I'm moving to YouTube. That's the plan. Right. That's the plan. I just realized that you guys don't mean that much to me. All right. 5.1 magnitude earthquake among several tremors in Oklahoma. Maybe Angela bring that up? Okay, let's see. Poll. South Carolina still solidly for Trump. Wait, did the South Carolina poll already? Oh, I should check that out because I forgot about South Carolina. Was that today? Still. Okay, what's the numbers? 42%. Here's the thing with the Republican one. And I don't know why no one's looking at it, but this is the thing. The last one, I think, what was it, New Hampshire? Trump was like at 30-something%, 34, 33%, something like that, from what I remember. Okay? And I was like, oh, he's the winner, he's the winner. But you have like 5, 6 other people with percentages too, right? So it technically, yeah, 30%, but that means 70% of the people did not want him. So they were willing to vote for other candidates rather than him. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I don't know if people are noticing that or not. So yeah, if he wins something by 30%, 70% of them did not want him. So I guess for South Carolina, it's 42%, which means, 60-something% of the people still don't want him. So that's more than half. People aren't looking at the picture, people. Like the other one, when you only have 2, okay, that makes a difference. It's only 2 people. So, do you know what I'm saying? All right. Well, that's just a thought. I don't know if anybody's really thought about that. It doesn't. So let's see. South Carolina, Clinton got 59% and Sanders got 40%. But he leads among younger voters, which is a big deal. That's a big deal. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so that's it. I was looking at the news. Gosh, I've been so out of it. But I have been content. I just have so much on my plate right now. It's ridiculous that I feel kind of weird that I really haven't had time for my hobbies or other things that I'd like to do. But I know a lot of people do this, and plus I really shouldn't complain when I really think about it. There's some people who can't do it at all, and here I have all day. But still, so I'm on the last room of the house. I'm hoping to have it completed by Wednesday night, and then the following weekend I can finally be back online, kind of full time. So that's the plan so far. It'll take me a couple of days. And so in the meantime, I have been watching, binge watching, and Persons of Interest, I think that's what it's called. It's about these guys, okay, like this machine that was created after 9/11 to spot terrorists, right? That what they had. Well, anyways, the creator, all the people that it points out that are going to have problems are considered irrelevant by the government. So these people are trying to save these people. So that's the movie. That's the show. Well, anyways, there's 4 seasons. I'm at the last of season 3, and hopefully be done with it by Wednesday. And I don't get the whole thing, but the guy's cute. It is kind of interesting in a way. But right now, I just watched this one part where somebody died. And I was kind of pissed off because I was like, wait a minute, I thought that was a staple character, so that kind of made me mad. But okay then. So that's what. Sorry, I'm tired. Okay. John Paul's letter reveals intense friendship with a woman. Oh my gosh, people. That's news? Okay. Why Sanders thinks he'll flip Clinton's superdelegates. What makes these elections really bad is the media. And even if you look on the internet, just all their headlines, it's like gossip. Oh, so-and-so thinks of this and so thinks of that. And it's like, they're just putting out their opinions. What the hell? This is why I don't watch news. Okay. Looks like let me go back into my website here. Hey, Mr. White, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Okay. The entrepreneur who made millions putting kids to work. Okay. Let's see who this is. It's in Mexico City. Okay, the Mexican entrepreneur Javier Lopez was a child he dreamed of becoming president. A win. It's a dream you could say he fulfilled. As the founder and president of the children's role-playing theme park, Kidzania, he runs many cities around the world, which all share their own unique language, money, and rules. The real-world-inspired park puts kids, visitors to work mimicking adult roles in exchange for which they earn kidzos. It's the fantasy world's currency, which they can spend on toys, experiences. Oh, that's interesting. All right. Children can do a huge variety of jobs, from rubbish collectors to dentists to firefighter, in a multitude of workplaces, including operating theaters, plane cockpits, restaurants, radio stations, and theaters. The cities themselves imitate their real-world counterparts, but with a difference. Everything is 2/3 the normal size. Oh, now that's interesting. Now there are 21 theme parks in 18 countries, and the latest available figures show more than 42 million people have now visited. The firm's annual turnover is 400 million globally, and it employs as many as 2,000 people in Mexico, with a further 9,000 involved with the firm. See, why don't we think of something like that? What the hell? The 50-year-old Mr. Lopez, dressed soberly in a gray suit and blue shirt, has created this fantasy world for children on which on a grand scale is even more surprising. He had no plans to start his own business and does not have any children of his own. This is like an educational fun oh my God, man, if I was little, I would totally want to do this. Like, I remember when I was in kindergarten, and I don't know if they do it now, but actually I don't even remember seeing this stuff in kindergarten when I was to work in kindergarten. Where is it? No, I don't even remember seeing that. Okay, well, back in the day when I was little, your kindergarten class, they would have these make-believe areas, right? Like, you'd have a kitchen with pots and pans and stuff like that, so when you play. And we never got to play with it. Like, I remember, like, just staring at it, and I never got to play there. Like, it was just there. Like, the teacher, she'd just make us go outside. And she would say, oh, those are for rainy days. This is California. It never rains, okay? It rarely rains. So, like, I never got to play with it. I was so mad. I always get in trouble, too, because I'd always walk over there. They'd tell me not to go over there. Just go ride a bike. I was like, I don't want to ride no stupid bike. Do I look like a bike rider? I'm not riding no bike. I want to play in the kitchen.